Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your June 2020 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive into this reading. This reading is going to be from full moon to full moon, so from June 5th to July 5th. I have everything all laid out for you, and we'll be going over this in just a moment. What I'm going to be doing first is I'm going to be moving your Moonology and your Queen of the Moon cards over to the side. These are the Queen of the Moon cards, and I'll be layering these at the end on top of the tarot to really give Luna a voice of her own, the Moon a voice of her own, to see how it correlates and how it intertwines with what the tarot is saying to us. All right, so let's see what the tarot has to say. How will Virgo be affected by the June 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the June 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the June 2020 full moon? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. All right. So the card that just fell out, of course, Virgo, it's you. You are right at the center. You're the Hermit in the Major Arcana, which is the card that's right here. And you are represented by the Pentacles, by the Earth cards. These would be equated to Earth right now in the Tarot, in the Minor Arcana. So you are crowned by the Six of Water, which is the Six of Cups. I'm bringing these all back to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Then we have the Three of Earth, the Three of Pentacles. The Hierophant, this is a strong Taurus presence, a time frame of April 20th to May 20th. Five of Earth, Five of Pentacles, 10 of Air, 10 of Swords, 7 of Water, 7 of Cups. Messenger of Water, so a water sign energy, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. The new moon is in Cancer, so that's going to be a very powerful time for you. The Magician, oh, I love that combination right there. That's something to be excited about. And you have here Transformation, which is the Death card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So this is a Scorpio energy, okay, strong Scorpio presence here, a time frame of October 23rd to November 21st. There we go. All right. So let's start talking about this moon, but actually, let's start talking first and foremost about how you're opening a doorway to embracing your power. It's kind of like you're turning lead into gold. You are being that alchemist of your existence, which is something that is very, very, very enticing during this time. It's enticing for you. It's enticing for those around you, like watching you, just seeing you transform is going to be something that is spectacular, right? You have the repeat of the number 5, one in the Major Arcana, one in the Minor. So this is a kind of moving forward towards freedom, which is what this moon is all about. This is a visionary moon. The moon is also, our two full moons in June and in July are lunar eclipses. So that's going to just amplify the power. And then our new moon, there we go, is a solar eclipse. So that's amplifying the power there too. So here you're moving towards freedom. You're moving towards independence, which is what this moon is kind of all about. It's the beginning of the hero's journey, your quest to be and to transform the way that you want to. But there's also a sense here that all the hardships that you have, not all is a big word, but the hardships that you have, you are finding yourself facing them. And you're finding yourself being transformed to stand where you want to stand and to be who you want to be. And so things are going to move much more quickly than you thought they were. But it's also here because 5 plus 5 equals 10, right? So you have that right here in this triangle. You have the sense of this moving you towards the 10 of Air, which the 10 of Air is the 10 of Swords. It's the darkness before the dawn. It's that person laying flat on the ground with 10 swords stabbed into them. So as you're looking at things right here, there's something mentally that comes up that says, I can't do that. Have you seen the way I failed? Have you seen what has happened? And what's interesting here is you have 9, which is you. You're represented by the card number 9 in the Major Arcana, right? And then it goes to 10 right here. So 10 is a completion of a cycle. 9 is a heartfelt introspection, is a coming to a completion of a cycle. It's like knowing that there are greater things out there and that you're moving towards them. And so here, as you're moving forward, these doubts and fears of kind of a 10-year cycle that you have been on, not kind of, but of a 10-year cycle. It could be, a 10-week cycle. It could be a 10-day cycle. But for many, many, many of you Virgos, it's a 10-year cycle. You're starting to see that it's something around money. Here, prosperity, the way you viewed yourself as being prosperous, things are starting to change. Your viewpoint is starting to change. You are starting to shift. And what's really cool about this is that this full moon is in Sagittarius. So this is, again, the visionary moon, the truth-seeking moon, the truth-telling moon. So here, this is your time to step into your power. You are taking the first steps. You're beginning your hero's journey. And there are times here where you're going to feel like a fool. Why? Because every single person who starts on their hero's journey feels like a fool, feels like, oh my gosh, they're going to laugh at me. Oh my gosh, they'll never understand. What am I doing? And so here, it's looking at things and it's stepping out of your comfort zone. That's what the eclipse right here is all about. The full moon eclipse is all about. Its conclusions are within reach, yes, but it's stepping out of your comfort zone as you look at the big picture, because you're looking at what you want and you're taking that bow and arrow and you're pulling it back and you're saying, I'm taking aim at what I desire, at what I want, what I need, and at who I am. And so here, as you're taking aim, you're going to feel things to the extremes. Now here, in the Queen of the Moon cards, the full moon is called the hot moon. But for June, it's called the hot moon. But in the Farmer's Almanac, this is the strawberry moon. There's a sweetness to this moon. There's an intensity to this moon. But if you've ever planted strawberries, I'm just looking at, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing a strawberry patch. And it's like they take over. They just take over. They cover the ground. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing things kind of taking over. And that's why you have the extremes here. Because it's sweetness, yes, but it's also hot, to go outside and pick the strawberries. It's, intense work to clear the beds. So here, what you're looking at is you're looking at extremes that guide you. But also, the ruling planet of this time is Mercury. Communication, understanding, comprehension is going to be so important to you. And you're going to find that by communicating to others, you're going to find, and communicating to yourself too. But there's this open dialogue that I'm seeing. I'm just seeing a lot of open dialogue. It's almost like music around you. All right. So it can be you're talking to your angels and to your spirit guides, because I always hear them as talking like music. But it can be that you're opening up what you desire to yourself, and you're seeing yourself take aim and move forward. And that leads you to these extremes because you're having a beginning and an ending here. And what's really cool is that I keep on seeing this moon for some reason, and I don't know why it is, being connected with the god Janus in Roman mythology. Right? The god Janus is where we get the word January from. And January is the first month of the year, but, in the Roman calendar, it wasn't always, because, people had problems and they figured things out, right? So here, you're looking at things and you're seeing your beginnings and your endings. You're seeing where it is that you stand and what it is that you stand for. And as you see your beginnings and endings, Janus is also the god of doorways, of portals, of being able to move forward. So it's almost like the god of portals is moving you towards what you want. And it's a time where you're surrendering to the divine, but you're embracing your power. And why this is because I keep on seeing Janus here, but also Sagittarius is strongly linked to the goddess Artemis in Greek mythology. So Artemis in Greek mythology, Diana in Roman mythology. And with this goddess, she's the goddess of the hunt, she's the goddess of the moon, right? And this is your freedom and your independence. Now, also with the goddess Artemis, she was a virgin goddess. Why is this important? It's not important for any sexual reasons, even though I say virgin here. It's because by claiming your virginity, all right, as a woman, but also as just simply a child in ancient Roman times, your parents dictated your marriage, right? So there are documentations of, you being married to this person, your parents saying this is the best match. Political alliances change. Their family could have fallen out of favor. Your father might have seen that you had a better match going this way. Did it matter if you were a man or a woman? Did it matter if you liked your partner or not? Did it matter anything that you had to say? They would divorce you from your spouse and they would marry you to somebody else. Did it matter if you had children already? And then you'd move forward. So here, what I'm seeing is kind of like this ability to rise above the constraints that other people put on us. In Roman times, it was astoundingly easy to see because everything was so controlled, but also so chaotic at the same time. But in that way, with marriages, it's something that kind of takes you aback. It's like, wow, I didn't ever think of a marriage to be like that. And so here, with this embrace of freedom and independence, I'm seeing you kind of stopping a cycle. It's kind of like, no, I'm drawing this line. I'm claiming my worth. I'm claiming my power. I'm knowing where I want to stand. And that's when you surrender to the divine and say, how am I supposed to move forward? How am I supposed to walk through this portal? Where am I supposed to be? And so as you do so, it leads you to the sense on June 21st of embracing beginnings. So as you're embracing beginnings, it's also, you have here a strong connection to this Cancer energy. You and your loved ones are safe, which is awesome, especially during these kind of chaotic, not kind of, but these chaotic and scary times. You and your loved ones are safe is a powerful message to have. So as you're moving forward, as you're going after what you desire, as you're looking at what you want, you are realizing that you are secure, all right? That you are safe in divine love, but also in divine power. But also as you're looking at what you love, at what you want, for the full moon, not the full moon, the new moon in Cancer, this is a solar eclipse. This is passions run high, things become seen. And as they do so, you have a new start coming. And you have yourself walking between extremes, between the winter and the summer, between the past and the present. And you're claiming the destiny that you want. But it's also, you're claiming the destiny that divinity has ordained for you. And it's almost like a vocational energy around you. It's kind of like, this is my path. And I don't know why this is my path. I don't know how this is my path. But I know that this is the path that I am born to live, that I am born to walk. For some of you Virgos, you're going to have that very strong kind of vocational epiphany. And it doesn't mean anything like you have to take religious orders or anything like that. That's always what I think of when I think of vocation or become an artist. It's like what you're looking at is you're looking at your heart and you're seeing it with such purity at times that it's like, that's how I have to move forward. That's how I have to be within my life. I cannot I cannot, swerve, there we go, that's the word that I'm looking for, from this course. I cannot move away from it. And it leads you, when you enter into July, it leads you rather eager for the full moon in Capricorn. Okay, first of all, this is an earth sign moon, so you're going to feel more comfortable there, more stabilized, more secure, all right? A fire sign moon is fantastic, but sometimes the passions get too high, okay? The intensity, the kind of just going off of instincts gets to be a bit much for you Virgo, because you like to step back and you like to be astoundingly introspective. So here, when you step into this Capricorn energy, that's going to feel almost like coming home, just a bit. And it says here, the end of a tough cycle approaches. The end of hardships, pains, disappointments, not all of them, but just some that you've been carrying around. Just some things that you think, oh my gosh, am I moving forward the right way? Am I not? Do I know what I want? Don't I know what I want? You're looking at things and you're really saying, this is what I stand for and this is who I am. And that brings change. Now, this is called the thunder moon. So it's kind of like, it bangs with this ferocity. It bangs with this change, as thunder does. But in the Farmer's Almanac, this is the buck moon. This is the stag moon. So a stag is a male deer, right? And is considered the king of the forest. So it's like Bambi's dad. Bambi's dad was the ruler of that forest. And Bambi, even though he was orphaned, he became that ruler at the end of the movie. So here, that's kind of what you're doing. It's kind of like, I've been lost. I've been looking for my way. And now I'm entering into my majesty, my power, my desire. And I will be claiming what I love, what I want, what I need. And I'm going to see that the cycles put before me, the changes, the fluxes, the fact that nothing is ever certain. I'm seeing that, but I'm also saying, but I am king of my existence. I am power, I am force, I am truth. And as I claim that, you are going to find that you step into a way of being, you step into kind of like a shoulders back, head up way of being that's like, I see it, I see my worth, and I get it. This leads you to the spirit animal messages. Now, the spirit animals for June are the deer spirit and the eagle spirit, which I love their contrast. So the deer spirit is, of course, an herbivore, and you have a carnivore here. So you have a hunter and an animal that is usually hunted. But here you have this sense of gentleness and of power with you. And that can be embodied just simply in the deer spirit. So here it says, bring a gentle touch. You are going to see that being gentle but not defenseless is what you're all about during this time. There's a gentleness to you, there's a power to you, there's an authenticity to you, but you're not defenseless, you're not powerless, which some people will get confused with, because you'll have a very kind of beautiful time of embracing this compassion, because that's what you're all about, Virgo. You're about compassion. And then it leads you to being strong and brave when needed. You don't need to be all the time. You don't need to have this on all the time. So you're strong and brave when needed. And this brings forth your natural beauty. And this brings you to embracing a degree of innocence that is really quite appealing. Just kind of like, it's like the innocence of a child. It's like this tremendous authenticity. And this is amplified and contrasted and emboldened by the eagle spirit, which says spirit has your back. Now, spirit has your back because the eagle is like the king of the sight hunters, because he can fly higher than any other bird. And I believe that if you did hold an eagle in falconry, that was only held by birds. Not birds, by kings, or by emperors. I think it's by emperors. I think that's it. So here, kings could hold hawks, but I'm pretty sure emperors could only hold eagles. If I'm wrong about that, I do apologize. But here, there is this sense of being able to see more clearly than anybody else, and being able to fly higher than anybody else, which is what an eagle can do. An eagle is man's connection with the divine, because an eagle can fly higher than any other bird. Also, sight birds, but birds of prey, that's it, sight hunters, right? Humans are only second to birds of prey as a sight hunter. That's why sight is so important to us, right? And we kind of categorize everything off of sight. It's because we're innately sight hunters. And so here with the eagle spirit, you have something that can see better than you, which is absurd, right? Because you're so good at it. And then you have something that can fly higher than you, which isn't absurd because your bones aren't hollow, but is majestic and is beautiful to you, is something that is envious. And so here, when spirit has your back, that's what you're embracing. You're embracing this essence that can fly higher, and this essence that can see clearer than you. And it brings you to a heightened sense of freedom, of independence, of courage, but also of honesty and of truthfulness with yourself. It's like, what do I truly want? What am I seeking and going after? Now, for July, you have to bear with me because I had none of the spirit animals for July. So standing in for the woodpecker spirit, which I didn't think I would need two cards to stand in for the woodpecker spirit, are the bear spirit and the hummingbird spirit. The bear spirit says take time out. The hummingbird spirit says be here now. So you're taking time out, right? Because the woodpecker spirit is always involved in, always tries to protect those who are weaker than them. And that's just like the bear spirit. So that's why we have the bear spirit here. That is over your heart. It's kind of like a vow to your heart of what you will protect, of what you vow your life to during this time. And that's very important. Responsibilities, duties, power of self is very important to you. Dignity of self is very important to you. But this is also, you're having a remarkable passion to find the truth, to seek the truth, to go after truth. And that's where the hummingbird spirit comes in. It says, be here now. Be in the present now. Because a hummingbird can take down an eagle, which is awesome. So by moving towards your truth, you are going to find that you are absolutely mighty. And this leads you to the salmon spirit, which is, represented here by the koi fish spirit. And the salmon spirit is rebirth, moving forward, happiness, enlightenment, this eternal life and this divine feminine energy guiding you. And here it is calling you to live to the fullest as you fill your life with love. People with the salmon spirit around them, they are called and they feel completely compelled to live life in love. And that's what you're feeling compelled to do, Virgo. And it says here, there's always enough. There's always enough love. And it is something that you feel astoundingly lucky to be a part of. And this is where you are. You're at this kind of apex turning point of your life where you look in and you're saying, oh, goodness, what's going on? You're looking at yourself and you're saying, how do I walk through that door? How do I move forward? How do I turn the key? And the magician right here is saying that you are that conjurer. You are taking lead, like the alchemist. You are taking lead and you're turning it into gold. you are looking at yourself, and you're looking kind of like at this unformed piece of clay. It's kind of like, yeah, the creation story in Genesis, where God takes a piece of clay and makes man, makes something out of nothing. And that's what we make of our lives, right? By adhering to an ethics, by listening to our soul's truth, we take something that is, I don't want to say not remarkable, because all human life, of course, is remarkable, but something that is unformed, and we make it into something honed. It's kind of like a person without purpose and a person with purpose. One is much more kind of attractive and, powerful in their being than the other. And so here, that's what you're embracing. You're embracing this attractive powerfulness that is opening up the door. You're finding your right key. You're looking at what you desire, and you're saying, hey, it's time to walk through. It's time to change. And that's going to be a powerful point of view and a part of you during this time, where it's time to change. It's time to move forward. It's time to embrace this power. It's time to know that I can conjure my destiny. Now, that does not mean that everything you try to create happens, because sometimes we have a vision, and we'll look at things, and we'll look at people around us, and we'll think, oh, okay, I have to move this way. And Spirit's like, no, dude, you're supposed to move over here. Like, this is where you're supposed to be, not over here. So step back, embrace. So don't think that you have all the answers. Let Spirit talk. Let Spirit guide you. Be willing to embrace kind of avenues that you might not have thought of. Don't do something that feels wrong, that sits there and like your gut is saying, wow, this is stupid. Don't do this. Embrace your understanding, embrace your gut's purpose, embrace that, kind of solar plexus guidance that is going to be very much a part of you during this time. And it's going to lead you to the sense here. What's so interesting is that you're moving yourself forward, and you definitely are, okay? You're being transformed. You are having power where others fear it, okay? Because that's what the Death card really represents to me. It's kind of like power, but other people are totally freaked out by it. Like, people spend zillions and zillions of dollars just so that they don't look like they've become old. And yet everybody is supposed to age. So what are we trying to run from here? And so here with the Six of Waters, as you're moving forward, as you're opening up the doorway, as you're watching yourself walk through this portal from past to present and from present to past, you're kind of living this dance, because that's what life is. We are a conglomeration of memories, of teachings, of expectations, but we are also something new, something formed, something becoming, always. And so here with the Six of Waters, as you're opening up this door, there's going to be a part of you that's like, I already know what's coming. And I'm also bringing all my baggage with me. So here it's like you have preconceived notions of what you're going to see when you look into the water. And it is preconceived notions that are almost a dysphoria. Yeah. So here, it's like looking at things, and you look in the water, and what you're seeing is not you now. It's kind of like you as you once were. The hurts, the pains, the disappointments. And it can't even be that you see somebody who isn't living, it's like, isn't living the way that you want to be living. Like, you're looking at this different narrative than the one that is actually coming before you. Okay? So here, when she's looking into the water, you see this woman looking back at her. It's not the same woman. I don't know if you can really see it. It's distorted, but you see that she has long blonde hair. This woman does not have long blonde hair. So here, it's like you're looking in there and you're seeing something else. It can be something that you think of is an ideal of beauty, because blonde hair is usually considered very desirable, So here, you might be looking at things and be like, wow, if only I looked like, this person or that person, or if only I had this, or if only I had that. It doesn't mean just simply if you're female, guys, do it too. So here, it's looking in and it's seeing something that you might have thought was the epitome of perfection when you were younger. All right? It's looking at things, and you might be seeing yourself as somebody who can't move forward, who is stuck because you were told, you're always going to be stuck right here. You'll never be able to come past this point. There's never going to be anything prosperous or beautiful about you. And so when you're looking at yourself, you're looking at your future, you're healing from that. But it does take time. And you have to have the compassion that you have with other people for yourself. If you don't, you'll spiral. And it leads you to the messenger of water. So the Six of Water, the Six of Cups, connection with childhood, learning not to live in memories, simply in memories. It's saying embrace the day, move forward, because there's something going to be distorted about what you see, about what you're looking at. And this leads you to the messenger of water. The messenger of water is a water sign energy, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. You are going to get the biggest of messages from the littlest of places. And it's going to kind of rock your world. It really is going to make you look at things and be like, wow, seriously, it was that simple. It's not going to be simple. There's nothing simple about emotional healing. There's nothing simple about moving forward with love and passion and understanding, being able to defend your heart, your soul, yourself. There's nothing simple about it. But it isn't going to be as terribly complicated as you thought it was. It's going to be from the littlest place or from the smallest phrase that you see something bigger. It might happen instantaneously, right? You might be really aware of it. This might just be something that gets caught in your head and you're sitting there and you're looking at it and you're like, really, why is this tumbling around? It can be that you read something by a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or you're talking to a friend who's a water sign energy, or something comes to you around the 21st of June that, is filled with this water sign, this Cancer energy that really does move you forward. And as it does, you look at the Five of Earth. Now, the Five of Earth is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is feeling like you're outside from wealth, from prosperity. Here, he looks rather mournful, all right? Even though he's looking at prosperity. It's like, can I have this? Is this mine? Do I know how to move forward in it? Is everybody else deserving of wealth than me? And there is a part of you that says yes. Yes, there is a sense of not feeling as if you deserve the prosperity that you want. And that is something that you're going to have to look at and say, why? Now, did it stem from a Scorpio energy? Did it stem from, a secret truth that you know about yourself where it's like, I can see more clearly than others, especially when it comes to me? Because we know ourselves pretty darn well, right? And that's the thing that makes life hard, is because in this world of filtering and only showing edited perfection, we look at ourselves and say, well, I know all my secrets. I know everything I do. And I'm not as perfect as you. And this is taking that light and saying, no, I deserve to be on the inside of wealth. I deserve to be prosperous, bountiful, warm, secure, safe, loved, cherished. And the Death card is the dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. It is a Scorpio time frame of October 23rd to November 21st. But it's transformative power. It is power of fire. So the full moon in Sagittarius is intensified by this transformative power because they share the fire that she is holding. So here, there is going to be a sense of transforming, building, understanding, seeing, devouring, rebirthing forward. And that is all the cycle of death. Death is also rebirth. It's looking at Hades. When you look at Hades, and people would say, oh, well, don't you want to add more to your army? And Hades' response would be, my army ever grows. My kingdom only expands. And that's what you're seeing for yourself. Your kingdom only expands. Because it's looking at your mind. It's looking at the way you can transform. It's looking at what you desire. And it's not being held back to others. And as you're seeing this, as you're saying this to yourself, you are finding that what others fear does not hold the same fear for you. And it's not trying to be morbid or anything like that. It is just simply saying, I just keep on seeing plastic surgery kind of flashing in front of my face. And, a little bit of plastic surgery, that's totally cool. The people who look like plastic, that's a little scary. And that's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing. It's kind of like, be authentic. And that's where the natural beauty of the deer comes in. And that's where there's always enough. It's kind of like, there is always beauty, fulfillment, joy, happiness of the salmon spirit. Embrace that. Embrace the deer spirit. And then see the more predatory animals coming forward of the eagle, of the bear that's standing in for the woodpecker, of this sense of defending and securing comes forward as you embrace this love. And it brings you to the 10 of air. You've been through the ringer. I mean, the 10 of air is heartbreak, pain, disappointment, hurts. It's the darkness before the dawn. And as you're looking at things, you're looking at why. Why did I have to go through this? It's so often when you look at the pain that you're in, and it's like, but why? Why did I have to have this pain? Why did I have to have this hurt, this sorrow, this heartbreak, this disappointment, this everything? Why did it have to come to me? This is because no life is without sorrow. No year is without lessons. And that's what I see with the 10 of Swords. It's like every single year for a decade, you learn at least one thing that stabs you through the heart. And it transforms you. A transformative power. Because a part of you has died. The part that might have thought, oh, everybody was nice. The part that, people cared. And I'm not saying nobody cares, but it's kind of like, be careful who you trust. Because not everybody is worthy of it. And that's part of the lessons that we learn with the 10 of Swords. It can be big lessons, yes. It can also be really small lessons that hold tremendous impact on us. And it's after 10 years that you look at things and you're like, wow, I'm the Hierophant. And that's pretty much what you're saying to yourself. It's like, wow, I know me. I am the King of Kings. I am the strength of self. And this is a time frame of April 20th to May 20th. It's like I need to move forward in my truth, and I need to move forward in my honor. And as I do so, as I move forward in my truth, in my honor for myself, in my dignity of expression and being, I am unstoppable. And as you embrace that unstoppableness, you see yourself moving forward. You see yourself emboldened and empowered. And it leads you to being the magician. It leads you to transforming. And this right here is like, I cannot turn it away from me, even if I wanted to. I mean, you can, Virgo, most definitely. But it's going to be hard and it's going to feel wrong. It leads you to the 7 of Waters. The 7 of Waters, and I like that progression, the 6 and then the 7. It's like, this is looking at what once was, kind of like once upon a time kind of thing. And then with the 7 of Waters, it's daydreaming. It's, dreaming, discovering, understanding, pushing the boundaries of your mind. But it's saying, be mindful of simply falling into the pattern of dreaming and never doing, never seeking, never going after. So here with the 7 of Water, it's like, as I dream, I need to make those dreams a reality. So I need to stop sabotaging myself. I need to stop, saying that one day I'll do this and make that one day today. And I need to see that my mind does not know the difference. I need to understand that my mind does not know the difference between dreams and reality. So when you dream of things that are horrible, all right, and sometimes, my mind goes there. Sometimes I'll see myself daydreaming about horrible things, and I don't even know why. It's like, wow, what the heck was that? Know that your mind does not know the difference between reality and nightmare. And so be very careful of the energy that you let into your mind, because you're going to be so kind of exploratory when it comes to emotional feelings that you're going to want to kind of walk down every avenue. And so in your mind's eye, you're going to sit there and say, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? Oh my gosh, how would I feel then? It's never going to be able to measure up to how you actually feel. And it's just actually going to cause anxiety within yourself that you can't counter because it's not real. And your mind doesn't know it's not real. Here it is looking at things and saying, I am manifesting the destiny that I want, the place that I need to be, and what I stand for. And as you do so, you have the 3 of Earth right here. It's creativity, it's dedication, it's time, and it's effort put in to move forward, listening to your heart, and to manifest what you want, to create something spectacular out of something that was considered ordinary at best. So let's see what Luna has to say. How will Virgo be affected by the June 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the June 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the June 2020 full moon? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. I love that you have the Queen of the Moon right here, sovereignty. You're embracing your sovereignty. There's something about the past that has you held back in fear. It's like, oh, can I? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. How will Virgo be affected by the, oh goodness, June 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the June 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the June 2020 full moon? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Oh, so you fear the light hiding from you. It's like, okay, so with you, Virgo, you're pictured in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck as a hermit, is like old man holding a lantern, guiding yourself forward. And that's what you fear right now. It's kind of like that light of yourself is going to be diminished somehow. It's like by looking at the past, somebody made you doubt it. Something has you doubting it, or I can't be as good as I once was. And that's a very powerful thing for you during this time. So just be aware of it. Just be aware of that kind of insecurity that can really mess with your head. So here we have fruition. You're bringing to fruition the opening of the door, the coming to the essence of yourself, the moving forward. You're bringing to fruition what you need to show the world the real you, to embrace your magic, to embrace your goldenness, your golden opportunities, that golden light of the universe that is a part of you. And yet there is a sense here of fear. It's like, can I do this? You know, my past is holding me back. There's something here. Like I've been through things. Like I've been through things. And can I move forward? Or, you know, I was never that confident, or I'm afraid. I might just be afraid. And that's completely fine. You know, looking at yourself and looking at that fear and saying, okay, you're completely introspective. That's your personality type. You really do kind of look at things, take things in, seek out deeper truths about it. So knowing your fear and knowing that there is something where you're looking in the mirror or you're looking in the waters of yourself, so the heart of yourself, the reflection of emotions of yourself, and what you're seeing is distorted from reality. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It doesn't mean that it's wrong at all. It just means that what you are seeing is different than what other people are seeing, because other people are seeing this person standing above. It's like way above the cage, free, flying forward, moved forward by, you know, ravens, and ravens are super smart. They can learn way more words than parrots can. So here you're shown by this like beauty and this intelligence, and inside you feel like this person hiding away, this person who's trapped. And people don't see that. So that's going to be something that's a bit of a challenge that's coming forward, because the new moon eclipse says expect powerful change, but it's the light eclipsed by the darkness. And that's the first thing I saw when I put down this card. It's like your light is being eclipsed by a darkness, just like the light of her here is eclipsed by the darkness of her dress. It's like, how do you want to move forward? Where is it that you want to be? And what shadows are you saying no more to? Are you banishing by your own light? This moves you to creation. This moves you to looking at your creation and saying, I'm not a pauper. I'm not on the outside looking in. I am creating the life that I want, I need, I desire. I will not be held back. Period. End of discussion. It leads you to the new moon in Gemini, which is communication is key. To transform, to be reborn. Communication is key. It leads you to your sovereignty. It leads you to being the majesty of yourself as you complete a cycle of pain, of hurt, of disappointment, of doubts, of fears. And it leads you to a fiery climax approaching, a fiery sense of self, a fiery sense of power that has you moving forward as the Hierophant, as the King of Kings, to your truth, to what you desire, to what you need. And you're not going to kind of mince words about things, because you're showing the world the real you, and you're communicating what you want, because you know that by voicing it, you give it power, you give it breadth and depth and light, and you lead towards your purpose, which is here resilience. to carry your life tree on your back, to be able to put it down, to be able to see what it is that you dream of and what it is that you dream for, and say, I'm changing those dreams into my reality. And as you claim them as your reality, as your true self, you move to take time out, to breathe, to plant, to work, to sculpt, to create. And as you breathe in what you are creating and that power of creation, you expect powerful change as you show the world the real you. Your subconscious message for this time is the Queen of Fire. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Strong, strong, strong connection to this Sagittarian full moon. You're not going to want to be seen all the time. You're taking things in. That light is guiding you. It's right over your heart, right here. So it's embracing your heart chakra. It's embracing your sense of self and of purpose. And as you do so, you find yourself enlightened in passion, in creativity, but also in intuition. It leads you to your subconscious message from Luna, which is action, fueled by a new romantic cycle beginning, a new sense of balance and a new sense of love coming into your life. This is the new moon in Libra, but that's what fuels you. A new romantic cycle, a new sense of beauty and understanding, guiding you forward, creating you, and bringing you into the action of your passion, of your desire, of what your heart has longed for. All right, Virgo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I hope you have a blessed moon. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Bye.